Very warm welcome to all of you to this call, a 1 year celebration call.
And getting into the zone now, I look forward to these sessions. I look forward to these audios that come in.
Day and I was shaking. And I called her, and within that half hour, that anxiety came down.
I have been very strong believer of the reason that I have seen the men in my life, at least, including my father, that they also need this work. They don't have anybody or any place to go to and talk about, bosses for that matter.
And magic happened. So that magic is what has happened here. And
please show up for yourself. No, it's not for anyone else. Please show up for yourself.
So you start to not be the anxiety, but see anxiety as a separate thing.
So I have a history of anxiety and depression going on for years, and that's when had been on medications, had done a lot of CBTs, exercise, and then tried a lot of things. My back got injured in the gym, and I met my physio, and through my physio I got Pari's reference. So that injury itself paid a bit of a dividend to me somehow. But I wanted to open up, not because I didn't want to, but because I thought people may not be able to relate to it. I just felt that people might give me sympathy, which I don't need. I wanted to be relatable to people who would understand me at this point. So, yes, even sometimes in this scenario, even our own loved ones are not helpful. They want to help, but they cannot help because they don't understand the scenario, the situation. It's a fact. So I had to deal it alone. I had to deal it all alone, to be precise. I have had multiple visits to doctors. I have done, multiple visits to various people getting solutions for this. But
it is that there's so many things we keep inside of us. What is the use of saying nobody will understand? Why should I even? And even if they understand, they'll give me sympathy, which I don't want. I just don't want, somebody going through depression and anxiety. The worst thing to do is to give them sympathy. It just aggravates and it adds on. It doesn't resolve anything. It just makes them feel even worse about themselves.
I guess the reason I joined was because a couple of years ago I had a big realization. I realized that I'd been suffering from anxiety for 40 years odd. Just giving away my age as well. And that happened because of childhood conditioning. And so the anxiety was palpable and it started to give me attacks. I had to work through a lot of the past trauma myself and had been on that journey for a couple of years, 2 years, and then I happened to stumble upon her and I realized that I need to continue the work rather than stop. So that's where it sort of started.
I always want to put myself last. So yeah, Mukesh from Bangalore. This thing happened is really good. 6 months back in May, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I knew I'm doing something, but now I realize that it's in a very bad state, anxiety and all those things. I know direction. Now I know, yes, I was actually like in a force mode, like fighting with everything, like the tides. I felt the tides were against me.
And before joining Pari, it was always a kind of a workaholic kind of a thing. I was only interested in doing things. I never used to, take out time to think and analyze. And I'm a very logical person. Okay, it's like that binary 0 and 1. My life is all 0 and 1. Okay, so it's not about iske piche, no complications. So see, I was a kind of person who would tell, okay, if something is not right, I would upfront immediately tell. But on the other hand, if something is good, I used to never kind of spell it out.
this is the first time actually I'm opening up to anybody about this issue. I've never done it before. Now I'm having that courage to tell them, because then earlier I was having a bit of discomfort sharing it with others. As I went into the sessions, as I was going through the courses, uh, I think I've started to realize that my breath regulation is getting slightly better, which is the crux of solving this issue, I believe. And secondly, what I see is the micro nudges that is happening. They keep me they help me give a perspective that I'm having that safe zone. I'm in the safe zone, and getting into the zone now. I look forward to these sessions. I look forward to these audios that come in. Sometimes I miss hearing those audios in the morning. Then I make sure I hear it at the night and then grasp a bit. It gives me a calm before a sleep, and then I go off.
Getting this nudge, I should try. One day I just picked up the phone and called her. And I still remember I was quite overwhelmed that day and I was shaking. And I called her, and within that half hour, that anxiety came down. By the end of the call, I was not shaking. And I was like, okay, there is something important that is happening here. I got to try what she's doing. I say a lot of things have improved. Have I completely changed? Do I not get that anxiety? But that occurrence has reduced considerably. So that is having a safe space and having people who wouldn't judge you, and you have that trust within yourself that these are the people who, no matter whatever I say here, it's absolutely a non-judgmental group, and I can literally just spill myself out. So Pari, hats off for creating that group, and it has been a great journey. Thanks, Pari, for all that you do. And yeah, so.
Thank you so much, Swati, for sharing that. And I'm really proud of each of you of how you are opening up. It takes a lot, guys, to open up, to be vulnerable, and really proud of the group here. So thank you for that.
So, I mean, I've been in the group for a couple of months, but I've not attended that many of the video calls because of being based out of London rather than India. So the timing doesn't work, but I've attended a few, and I listen to the audio messages and have one-on-one sessions with Buddy. More of that needs to be chipped away, right? Some of the conditioning. So I would say that the biggest difference that has made to me has been that you can regulate and expand your nervous system. So overwhelm is a step towards basically getting is that pain that you have to go through to basically self-actualize, and that mere awareness of that fact calms you down.
Thank you so much, Sandeep, for sharing that. And yes, I think I'm a little hard on him because he's also on one-on-one with me. But thank you really for opening up. And I think, every time I reconsider the space to be, I keep getting different messages that this space should only be for women and stuff like that. But somehow I have been very strong believer of the reason that I have seen the men in my life, at least, including my father, that they also need this work. They don't have anybody or any place to go to and talk about, bosses for that matter. And I think I had a very crucial conversation. I'm just going to tell you the story. I had a very crucial conversation with my boss 17 years back. Okay. So saying that, we were just sitting and I just said that he was the VP, I think, at that time in the company. And I said, I don't know how I got this idea, but I asked him that, isn't it very lonely at the top? And he said, yes. And I asked him why. He said, because I can't tell anything to my wife because she won't understand. And all the colleagues around me, all the people around me are just waiting for me to make one mistake so that I fall. Okay. And that stayed with me. That conversation stayed with me because I remember it after so many years also. And yeah, that is why I knew that men need this work. So thank you to each one of you for being here and opening up and being I would say true masculine, because as much as it is propagated that masculinity lies in the, oh my goodness, the strong, hard man and all of that stuff, it also lies in being soft and being acknowledging towards your own emotions. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. Yes, Mukesh, go ahead.
What we So yeah, currently, you know how I am. But now I can feel that the flow. I can do things at my pace. I have the strength to say no to people. Earlier, I thought if I say no, something drastic would happen. But now it's okay. Let it happen. And funnily, things work to my advantage when I say no. Now it's a flow mode. It's just amazing. And I should thank for this amazing support, Pari. It's like a lighthouse, and all of you guys who are kind of in a way, it's like inspiring. Yes. I get a lot of support. I know you have a lot of friends, but people who you just meet maybe 3 months or 4 months back, and they're supporting you like that is amazing.
As Pari rightly said, I've been with in this community from day one, and what has been the biggest thing for me is each session what I attend with Pari here, it is as if it is helping me peel away another layer of of finding who I really am. Okay, so it is making me, it has made me, it's not making me, it has made me more calmer, and I think very clearly, and more than everything else, now I feel that I am more connected to myself. Yeah, so that has been my journey here in the community. So she used to always tell me. So now, thanks to that 7-day challenge, Swati is like, she's like suddenly like, what happened to you? What has happened? Suddenly you've changed and all that, See, because she used to tell me, Arey, you should, once in a while. Now I've made it a point that, okay, I really appreciate genuinely, not because, just because Pari has given me a challenge. You know me, I don't do things like that. Yeah. So that has changed now. It's like even she is more what you can say, she also kind of responds, or in a better way. So it's a good thing, and yeah, it's been great. So it's good that at least kids come up and talk to me and tell me and kind of things, and so it's changed. Yeah, it's changed for the good.
And as I see now, my perspective changed. Earlier, everything I used to revolve around my illness, but now I see this illness as a path to something which is a growth. That is the perspective which changed after I landed into this zone. So, and I would like to thank everybody, each one of you here, not just Pari, but everybody, to be a part of this journey with me. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ankit. I think you beautifully summarized why I founded this community. Because I wanted this to be a safe place for people to come up and share their stories, and for each of you to support each other. And that is why this work is so important. So yes, thank you for this, and thank you for taking a step for yourself to come and have faith and work on yourself.
It has been an incredible journey, and thanks to each of you, because Pari has been the instigator, but it is a group always becomes richer by everybody sharing their experiences and everything coming out. Many a times I would be like, should I share this? Isn't it a bit too much? But then the thought comes that if I share something, it'll probably give somebody else more courage to share.
So you start to not be the anxiety, but see anxiety as a separate thing. I would say that has been one of the biggest changes. And there have been moments where I've been in the present moment, which I shared a message on the group. So there have been moments that has allowed me to be myself. But I hear everyone, and I think the pain that everyone goes through, I get and understand it, especially Ankit, and I'm glad that you shared it, because sharing it is ultimately letting it go in a way. So yeah, that's where I'll stop.
And things are getting very smoother day by day. And I know what I'm doing. I know there is a path I need to go. I can plan around, and it has reduced friction in my life. So I used to get a little perturbed now and then, often for small things, but now it's, however heavy the issue is, or the surprise or the shock is, I'm just as cool as a cucumber, and a lot of people are surprised, especially in my end at home, and magic happened. So that magic is what has happened here, and I would just say to people who wanting to come in here and still think twice what we need to do, whether it's right, whether it'll be worth it. So just go with instinct. You need to experience, like they used to say before, for some things to happen, you have to only experience it. Only then you can realize it. What I feel about limitless lifestyle, body, voice, and of course, Pari. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mukesh, for that.
It's also a reminder for all of us that transformation can also be grounded, it can be graceful, and it can be deeply human as well. Okay, transformation need not be some earth shattering and complete makeover, changing my hairstyle, changing my wardrobe. Need not be. So that is what it is. Thank you, Pari, for making me realize this. All I can tell, please show up for yourself. No, it's not for anyone else. Please show up for yourself, and even a small step or small action what you take will definitely help you. And if you look back after maybe a couple of months or a couple of years, you will yourself be surprised at how things have changed for the better. So it's all about awareness. It's all about having that awareness, and thanks to Pari for getting that awareness that yes, this is also important. You can't be just like a robot working on your professional things. And so if we are not feeling good inside, no matter what we do, we'll never be able to feel happy outside. So that is the biggest thing what I can tell. And yeah, so, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kiran. You rightly mentioned that expression and having the right inner state rather than bothering about what is outside is the most important thing. And you cannot work in suppression always, and you have to learn to express good things, great things to the people around you, which changes the whole dynamic, and even admit it to yourself. So, thank you for sharing that.